Here we go, 2, 3, 4. Magpies having a little bit of an argument up there with each other. When the cat's in the garden, they'll come down and sit on the fence, make a racket. I guess they're just warning all the others there's a cat about. Okay. That's the hill done. Bed legs. Is that like cafe legs, but when you've just got out of bed? Is that an acceptable term? Cool, this bike feels short. I don't know what's going on at the minute. I got on my road bike the other day. The bars felt wide. I got on the gravel bike, it feels short. I guess it is a little bit shorter than the road bike. That said, the road bike is a medium, and this is a medium large in giant sizing. Right, there we go. Wimborne Road. One of the longest roads in Bournemouth. Right. Now this is a one way and I am going against the flow of traffic. But they've given us this path. So we're perfectly allowed to be illegal up here, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, the car drivers don't really know that. So they'll shoot out of that side road or wherever without even considering to look along first and see if there's any bikes coming. But it is a direct route towards the school. And of course into the houses where people live. So today, what am I going to do today? I'm going to go on a gravel ride. Just short. Nothing you haven't seen before. Well, possibly actually something that you haven't seen very often. Yeah, we're going to stay in town, but we're going to go off-road as much as possible. What's the time? It's 6:10. So we shouldn't have too much traffic, but we shouldn't have too much traffic anyway because we're going to go off-road. Well, as much as we can. Back along the beach, that's always off-road, isn't it? I think we can call that off-road. Through Upton House, around Holes Bay, that's off-road, isn't it? Down the Castleman Trailway from Wimborne, definitely off-road. But the first bit, we don't do very often. And that's across Canford Heath. And, well, I suppose, actually the route we're going to take was the drive from Bournemouth, where there was actually a very fancy gatehouse, all the way across the heath to Canford Magna House once upon a time. And it sort of took the route behind Wallersdown, so through the Bourne Valley, if you like, behind the industrial units along Wallersdown. Yeah, we're all good. And then there was a little bridge across Ringwood Road, which is no longer there now, got torn down in the 70s. I sort of remember it. We had cousins that lived in the area, so yeah, I would have been 4 or 5 when it came down. I sort of remember it. I think there are pictures online, and that's what reminded me. I did see a picture online, and it just sort of clicked. Oh yes, 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 yes. It was a very low bridge, so I had to go. Or it wasn't very high, let's put it that way. I don't think it was particularly low. But by modern standards, it was a low bridge. Oh, anyway, we're heading across Slade's Farm first. And actually, I could have gone up through the woods there. Maybe I should have done. It's a bit of a mistake. But we are effectively off-road still, aren't we? Has been raining here quite badly. Well, I say badly. It's been raining quite heavily over the last week. Yeah. What's going on here? Oh, great. Today's going to be a good day, I can tell. Well, after all that time of saying, oh no, there we go, how good this wheel top system is. Oh no, it is changing. Oh, that's alright, maybe something's jammed in it. Yeah, didn't want to go up. Alright, I'll have to check that. Probably when I get back. It's working fine now, so let's not worry about it. Actually, when was the last time I charged it up even? Here we go. Roots. Good morning. Alright, watch out for the post in the ground. Heart rate monitor's having a moment. $154? Come on. I'd be panting like a dog. Maybe it's not quite tight enough. Right, so just coming into Watersdown. Which way am I going to go? The quiet way or the bike path? Let's go the bike path. We'll let this one overtake us. Whee! And we'll take the roundabout. I think this first bit's a shared path, but it is fraught with danger, so I won't be getting on it. I mean, this time of day probably not so bad, but yeah, you got Tesco's Express just here, and people just barge on and off to park in front of these shops. This Tesco's Express creates a lot of traffic, so I'm just going to stay on the road for this first bit. Right. Here we are. Watersdown bike path. This bit's shared. Once upon a time, even the people with drives used to park their cars up on here. But yeah, it's pretty clear these days. I don't know if they were told or if they get tickets these days, I don't know. There's still room to park their cars on the fronts, just in front of the walls and that, but doesn't seem to happen so much. Like that car on the other side there. There's enough room to be just off the path, isn't there? Yep. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. It's obviously not finished yet. There's an inlet there for a bus stop. This gutter here, and on the other side, further up where the lorries are, there's more lorries. You can see actually here where it starts. It's in an awful condition. So I think they've still got to resurface the road and do other things. I'm guessing. I don't know. Well, there's a couple of things that could happen. They could narrow the road, which seems to be a standard thing these days, and make this into a bike path. But for now, that seems to be a shared path. I'm quite happy to ride on here. Lots of markings here. They're obviously going to do other things. And it's probably going to widen it to fit onto here. Makes sense, wouldn't it? If there's anything, you know, drivers love, it's the idea that something might be taken away from them. I mean, it's still going to be 2 lanes. And unlike White Leg Way, you can actually get off the road here to allow emergency vehicles through. You know, this is how bike paths should be. And cyclists need to shut up, because if there's an emergency vehicle, you get out of the way, and if cars or lorries need to just bump up a little bit to let them through, you let them do it. You know, it's just because we're on a bike doesn't mean that, you know, when somebody's in trouble, we don't do what we can to assist that. Right. Let's go through Miller and Carter. Yeah. The Mountbatten pub, as it once was, it's burnt down about 4 times, I think. I'm amazed if they can get insurance for it even anymore. But it is our local Miller and Carter. There's one down in the centre of Bournemouth, but that's not a local one, that's for, you know, the holiday makers. Right, you see these banks here? This is where the bridge went across. Yeah, but as you can see, this is a major road. There's no way it was going to stay. This is the main road from Ringwood, the A31, etc, etc, into Poole Harbour for the ferry. So lorries, local traffic down into the industrial areas. Yeah, I can. What we got? Yeah, the bridge had to go. Right, I'm going to go back up the other side because this isn't the way I want to go. But you can see where the bridge was. No, it's not flooded. This always floods when it rains. Does this have steps? I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. It can go either way here. Preferably in the right gear, but that is not something I have achieved. Yeah, so I had cousins that lived in this estate, and that's why I remember the bridge just vaguely. And I believe the original pathway was up on the bank, but this side of the Waterworks. I'm going to have to do a proper video on this, aren't I? Yeah, we're under the flight path from Bournemouth Airport or Herne Airport. Depends how long you've lived here. I remember it as Herne Airport. Okay, all good. Alright, so this is the Waterworks. This is one of the highest points in BCP, actually. Not the highest, I don't believe. That's certainly one of. So a great place for water treatment works. Great place for clean water to start from. Yeah, I just saw on the gate there it said Alderney. Is this Alderney? I suppose we've always known it as Knighton Heath because of the golf club at the end here. Okay. Yeah, that's the golf club on the right. And it is a Heathland course. Never played there actually, I think Julie has. Okay, so we're around the back of the Waterworks at the moment, and we're about to rejoin what would have been the driveway into Canford House. Oh, hello, mum and ducklings. Yeah. So yeah, we're not quite there yet. The original driveway was just over to the left. But yeah, we will converge. Yeah, it was quite a grand affair apparently. There was actually a wall and a gatehouse on the border of Bournemouth, border of Poole and Bournemouth, and then this driveway all the way to the house. As you can see, we've had some rain. Morning. Yeah. So, obviously, Julie being a local celebrity now, that's Wheeler's Lane down there. Named in her honour, no doubt. And here we are. So this is where, from the left there, the original... Oh, hello, I've gone the wrong way because I'm not going to there, am I? Oh, dear. Oh, goodness me. This way. It's all right, I usually go that way because it's the quickest way through to Broadstone and beyond. But today, we're not taking a direct route, are we? Now, it's going to be pretty mucky through here in places, I think. We shall see. Come on, up we go. I must look at some new chain rings. Well, the big chain ring anyway. Lifters are a bit worn. That said, chain's a bit worn as well. It's still well within its sort of measurements. It's not stretched, but I think the edges where it catches on the lifters, you know, between the lifters and the chain, they're not quite, not quite as smooth as they used to be, let's say. when it comes to changing on the front ring. Now this used to be very wet through here, so some repair has been done. This is good. In fact, you can just see the last of the mud here. They didn't quite get to the end. It must have run out of gravel. There we go, this is where it starts to get mucky. Whee! Well, that was a bit of sideways action there. Don't know if you can hear the birds. Roots. So, as you can see, big vehicles do come through here. And we are going to now see the wonders of the what was the Arrowsmith Lane landfill site. I guess it still is. Is that what it's called now? Not sure. Anyway, let's not muck about because it's start of the day. But many years ago, when I was in the building trade, this is where you came with your van and dumped everything out. Weighed in, weighed out, signed your ticket, and got a bill at the end of the month. But you know, it was the proper way to do things. Of course, these days it's a full-on recycling centre. Quite a lot of the dust carts, you know, dustbin lorries, whatever you call them, trash wagons. Yeah, they would have, well, they will still go there. It's a huge facility now. Where we used to tip, I think that's all been covered over and it's grass now. So I don't think there's any landfill tipping here anymore. I wouldn't have thought so anyway. Woo! Right, this next bit's going to get a bit slimy. So the original path would have gone straight on there, and actually when you get to the other end you can see where it would have come out, but there's a fence there now. So we are going to nip through here and go around it. Now some of you have been with us for a while will probably remember we had a Julie moment along here once upon a time. Okay. Yes, we did, didn't we? Yeah, a little lay down, a little rest in the mud. Right, what have we got here? Oh, bloody hell, that's deep. That was deep. There we go. That's it. Yep. Right, I think we're okay. It's a bit higher ground here. Dries off. What we got? It looks like a tui from underneath, but of course it's hard to tell without stopping and looking properly. Oh my goodness me. Now there are roots in here. And it's very wet, as you can tell from my brakes. Hopefully they're doing some remedial work on that fence. Right, roots. And here we go. I'm going to go back down to where the original driveway was. I'm not quite there yet, but when we get to the bottom you'll be able to see it. Yep, still not there yet. This is a relatively modern driveway into the house back there, but just next to me on the left, where these horses are, you can see the angle of the gates there. So that was the gates into the grounds, and you can see there, you kind of make out it's flat all the way through to the back there, and that would have been this end of the driveway. And this is Magna Road. So yeah, if you want a cross-country route into Wimborne from Bournemouth, Wallersdown area, Winton, there you go. Much quieter than yeah, taking the road, that's for sure. All of the roads to here are very busy. They're big roads, carry a lot of traffic, and I used to ride them early in the mornings, so there wasn't any traffic, let's say. Right, nothing behind me. A couple of close passes recently. Yeah. Right, well normally I used to go on the bike path straight up there, but we're not going to do that today. I'm going to go this way because I want to go to the pub. Yeah, the Willet Arms, and get on the trailway. Summer now, of course. Planes are zooming out in quick succession, even in Bournemouth. Yeah, that's a TUI. Blue, for sure. I was wondering why actually the gears weren't going up. There it goes. I am in 4611. So there isn't any more. Thanks, sir. I'm going to go this way rather than go around on the busy road. Yeah, you can go up to the end there. And there's a shared path back to the Willet Arms, but you know why? I can just go along here, stay on the quiet roads, turn up at the same place. Yeah, so this is what you'd call Merley. I think before we turned right there, it's considered Oakley. But I think this side now would be considered Merley. Has to be said that in my experience, boundaries are usually based on snobbery, aren't they? Here we go. That's the Willet Arms behind us, and here's the start of the trailway down to Poole, or the Poole, Wimborne to Broadstone to Poole section of the Castleman Trailway. It's still the same trailway as we use out of Ringwood, but this is the section that goes Wimborne to Poole. There it is. Isn't that weird? Yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to charge these gears up when I get home. Everything's working, but it's doing weird stuff, so I charged them up fully actually when the bike got into Giant for the new frame, and I haven't really checked it since. We have done quite a few gravel rides. Anyway, for those of you who've watched a few of these, you'll probably notice I'm not stringing my words together very well today. There's a lot going on. Not much of it's good. Lot to concentrate on. Bit of worry. I don't have much room left in my brain to deal with things. It's just annoying. So, you know, we're told that in situations like these to go out and ride your bike, but I would warn people about that, because yes, it does help de-stress, you know, but it doesn't fix anything. You've still got to stand up and face it and deal with things. And I've got quite a lot to deal with at the minute. Julie's anxious. It's a funny thing, this cancer thing, it never goes away. It's always there in the back of your head, you know, tests and what have you. I don't know, it's like if they had said, yeah, don't worry about it, come back in 5 years and we'll do another test. I don't know, maybe you could put it to bed a little bit. But with these constant tests and checks every few months, it's like all the effort she put in was for nothing. Because it hasn't gone away. I mean, it's gone away from a medical point of view. No sign of disease or whatever they say. But from a day-to-day living point of view, it just hasn't gone away. It's like she's still got it, still suffering with it, still needs treatment. And when they say on the adverts, oh, you know, cancer affects X amount of people, you think, bloody hell, that's a lot. Now I understand why. Because you don't necessarily have to have cancer, you know, to be affected by cancer. And I know there are a few of you out there that watch that know this. Why didn't you warn me? Oh, just kidding. I knew it was always going to be a long process, but I didn't know quite what a toll it was going to take on day-to-day life. I don't think that Julie slept properly since, and yeah, sometimes she does because she's exhausted, but yeah, in the run up to a test and until we get the results after, which can be weeks, yeah, life's not good. Oh well, that's the way it is. But no, I'm not saying mental health issues and all that sort of thing. It's just anxiety brought on by, you know, what's going on. And yeah, we haven't been out riding as much, or not, well, we have, but not with videos, because neither of us really are able to string a sentence together on camera, you know. Yeah, we're in our own little world a little bit. So that's why I've been waffling on this morning. So I just wanted to come out and a friend of mine, Carl, he said to me, what you do is you go out, you just upload everything that's in your brain to the internet, don't you? And I said, yeah, I do. That is exactly it. He hit the nail on the head. I hadn't thought about it like that, but that is exactly what I do. And I suppose that's my, let's call it therapy if you like. For some people it's just riding a bike. I suppose I have the added outlet of you lot listening to me waffle on. Julie goes to the gym with a friend. She's done this, that and the other. Sort of little events and PT sessions and what have you. We've been walking a bit recently, you know, sort of 8-10 mile walks around town. They say that walking is actually good for this sort of thing. I'm not sure it is. You've got time to think when you're walking. When you're on a bike, you haven't. Good morning. Yeah, when you're on your bike, you haven't, because you've got to look at what's going on around you and don't crash, you know what I mean? I think cycling is far better for clearing your mind than walking is. Maybe running, I don't know. You know, the fact that we're doing walking is the thin end of the wedge, isn't it? You know, that is just slow running, isn't it? Not going to be taking up running anytime soon, that's for sure. I've done all that in the past. Right, Broadstone roundabout. Oh, hello. Right, okay. So I definitely need to look at this chain line, don't I? Yeah, I think the chain and the chain rings, they need changing. They've been on there for a long time. And of course they only get ridden in gravel and dirt and things like that. So we'll do some check-in. That's better. Yeah, that change just touching the derailleur at the front mech. Actually, maybe the rear hanger's bent. I mean, I can't think of any reason why it would be. I haven't dropped the bike recently, but yeah, we do transport it in the car. Maybe Julie's bike was laying on top of it a little bit or something. So yeah, there's a few checks I need to make. Something's not quite right. When you think that for the last, what, a year now at least, this wheel top system group set has been absolutely spot on, and now all of a sudden it isn't. Yeah, maybe something's happened to this bike. I just need to check it. Yeah, it doesn't take long, does it, just to go through all the checks. I've got a new derailleur hanger if needed. Always keep spares for everything. Morning. Oh, she looked glum, didn't she? Obviously a bike haterist. But yeah, I always keep spares, so spare bearings, spare derailleur hangers for all the bikes, that sort of thing. We've always got spare wheels, spare spokes. I think I've even at the moment got spare cassettes. The only thing I haven't got spare is front chain rings for this bike. I have got spares for Julie's, for both her road bike and my road bike actually, and her gravel bike. But yeah, mine is yeah, definitely needs looking at. So where's that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's tinkling away at the back there. It hasn't been changing properly since I got on it, as you know. You've seen that, or you've heard that, witnessed that. So I'll have to have a good look at it. So this is still the way the railway would have gone. We get off the railway in a minute, go down the embankment, but it would have gone all the way up to the end here and down through Hamworthy originally. We're going to take a left and go through Upton House. Yeah, cuts out a lot of road. We can go straight on through the gate. Thank you. But yeah, you just end up back on the road. So here we go. Right, we are going to look out for roots. It is fast down through here, but whereas 7 years ago when we first got our gravel bikes, 8 years ago now almost, this was empty all of the time. Thank you. Yeah, these days it doesn't matter what time of day you come through here, there's always dog walkers, other riders. It's just in constant use all the time. But as you used to be able to go through here at 30 mile an hour, all down here, pedal like mad, you just can't do that these days. Morning. I mean, I'm sure some people still try and do that. I mean, you know, the Strava effect, you know, is still in play, isn't it? There are people that are chasing PRs and what have you all the time, aren't they, in any situation? But I think generally speaking, that's not really the place to do that, not these days. Right, do not go through the puddle. I've said about this before. It is the perfect size for a 700C wheel to get stuck in. It will throw you off. And they have removed the gate, which is nice. Okay. Oh, let's go round. Hopefully the water would have cleared. Or not. Oh, no, we're good. Morning. Right, Upton House. Yeah, lots of improvements through here these days. Really nice, actually. A new bridge. Got rid of the rickety bridge. It really was on its last legs, I think. And this was just very chunky and wet and muddy. This is a huge improvement. But they do use this as access into these back fields when they have music festivals and what have you here. So, you know, partly for us and partly for the good of the house and the events and that they have on. Morning. Yeah, all of this is so nice now. So much better. And we're going to go this way. The new bridge is... No, I think we're okay. So, maximum gross weight of 8 tons. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to trouble it. But that was the way through to the old bridge. It's still there, but it's just been taken apart. And you can see how rotten and that it was underneath. I hear a train, can't see it. Not this time of year, there's too many leaves on the trees. Morning. Right, 7:05. I've been out for just about an hour. Not sure how far we'll get on this battery on the camera. Probably not very far. This Insta Ace Pro really has been playing up recently. Still is. I don't know what's going on. However, I don't mind when it's he's not looking, is he? No. Yeah, I don't mind when there's a corrupt file because I can fix that. But you know, when it physically won't record, it's very annoying. Very annoying indeed. And I tend to charge the battery in the camera and the other battery, spare battery, in a charger, separate charger. And it doesn't seem to make any difference which way I do it. Sometimes it just will not accept the battery that I put in it. And they are Insta batteries. And I do wonder if it's the software thinking it's a knockoff battery or something. But I did buy both of my batteries from Insta. Well, one came with the camera, obviously. So I don't know. Actually, come to think of it, I think I bought the bundle with the 2 batteries. Yeah. Anyway, they are both genuine Insta batteries. What is going on at the back there? Seems to be getting worse. I suppose really I should stop. Yeah, maybe. And just have a quick look. And just check that something isn't in the wrong place. So if I do that, and go into the small ring, everything is just fine. And maybe it is a chain line thing. Maybe the rear hanger is bent slightly. So it doesn't like that chain line from the big ring, does it? All right. There we go, Hulls Bay, part of Poole Harbour. If we look across and see what I guess is Hamworthy. Yeah, so I would suggest that this ride for me is definitely a therapy ride. A little bit slow, not able to find my words. It's not a mental health problem or anything like that. I understand what's going on. I just don't have the room currently for planning, thinking and doing things outside of what needs to be done, or you know, what is an actual worry in my life. It's nothing more than that. Things will return to normal. I think it's the people that don't recognize that. They're the ones that have mental health problems, aren't they? They're the ones that don't see what's happening and how they need to sort of try and deal with it. I know it's difficult. Everyone's different. Jesus. I'm guessing that's an illegal e-bike, because why would you cover your face so you can't be recognised and then wear a fluoro high-vis jacket so you can be seen? Oh well, what a weird world we live in. I don't think it's getting better either. But anyway, let's not start down that track. Again, everybody's experience in life is different. I think it's very easy to get hung up on one thing in life, you know? And then you say, oh, life's just rubbish, this, that and the other crap. Oh, it never used to be like this, blah, 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 blah. And the people that say that are usually talking about one thing. I would say that life in Bournemouth is not the same as it once was. However, it is still generally very good. You know, where others would say the place is a shithole, everything's terrible. But it's not, it just isn't, you know. We've been on a wonderful ride this morning. Everybody's been pleasant, you know. It's just generally good living in Bournemouth. There are elements of it that aren't and are different to what they used to be. But, you know, very few people these days get bonked on the head and their pension money nicked on a Thursday, do they? Yes, okay, there's fraud. Yes, okay, you might hear about more stabbings and attacks like that, but in my experience, when you look into that, these people knew each other and they don't just, you know, go for random people in the street. You know, it's rival gangs or families or whatever. They're not just picking out random people and attacking them. So I don't know, things are just different. Yeah, just very different these days. And I really do believe that, you know, did all the beggars and the vagrants and what have you move into Bournemouth? Or did we stop going down into Bournemouth town centre and therefore left space for them to be there? I don't know. I don't know. I think when it's that, you know, safety in numbers thing, isn't it? Are you going to stop? You're going to stop? You're going to stop? You're going to let me go? You are going to let me go. Well done. Right, it is an Audi coming. You know, 4 rings of privilege and all that. You can never be sure they're going to stop, can you? Right, let's go because that's just changed. Okay. Same with cycling, isn't it? The more of us there are on the road, the more drivers expect to see us and look out for us. Yeah, people still talk about only going up where there's no traffic. I think if we all thought, honestly, that we were going to get knocked off by a car, we just wouldn't ride our bikes full stop, would we? We'd stay at home, you know? But it doesn't really happen, does it? It happens occasionally, you know? I don't know what the statistics are, but I think you have a lot more nasty moments rather than an actual incident, let's say. Right, let's do this. That's really rubbing at the front now. Or maybe because I'm not on the gravel anymore, I can just hear it better. Oh well, looks like we got some work to do on the bike stand when we get back, haven't we? Right, what are we on? Hour and 10 minutes. Battery's going to run out in a minute. You've seen the rest of this. What I might do though is just get a bit of footage of the beach. Right, how's he going now? He's on the other path, we're good. Peeps in the bike path. Yeah, I need to look at this, don't I? It's rubbing away. Yeah, it's not going to be much left of that front derailleur if I don't take a quick look. What do you reckon? It's about 5 miles to home, so what's that, about 1,000 miles worth of front changes that I'm doing at the minute just by pedalling along and it rubbing. Okay, so I've had a quick look. There's a little bit of movement left there, but I don't think that's anything unusual. It feels taut. It's not floppy. So, yeah. Maybe when I get back I'll get the phone out and just adjust it slightly. Because everything's adjustable, obviously, with the app. Always is with these electronic grip sets, isn't it? So, yeah, it's still rubbing, obviously. Even physically pulling it across to where I think it should be hasn't changed it. Ah well, do a proper check. I checked all the bolts in the mech hanger and all that sort of thing on the front there. Seems to be okay, nothing loose. Just that little bit of play in the derailleur arm. Ooh. Right, 7:30. Monday morning. Start of another week.
Thank you.
Boring. She obviously doesn't want to go to school. She's going to fold her arms and just stand there. Well, surely it's not riding a bike she's got a problem with. Well, maybe it is. She looked very red in the face. Maybe it's just too hard for her. It's too hard on a Monday morning. This is too difficult. Especially considering the mum looked pretty fit. So it's possible she was having trouble keeping up. I made that mistake once. When I was running, Richard was, I don't know, 6, 7, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, one summer morning I said, well, why don't you ride your bike while I'm running? Yeah, he couldn't keep up. Yeah, after so long, the whinging started. It's not like I was ever a fast runner. Certainly not on that morning. I was taking it very easy. It wasn't even a long way. Oh well. Thank you for waiting. The silly thing is, it seems to rub more as I go into the bigger cogs. You'd think it would move away, wouldn't you? Needless to say, I'm not going anywhere near the granny gear today. If that rear hanger is bent, I don't want anything going in the wheel. I've had one chain off already, so something's not quite right. I'm not going to risk it, and therefore I am not going up Haven Hill. I am going to go along the beach. There it is. Such a fast hill, that. Yeah, it takes a while before you can get a gear again. Right, you have seen me, haven't you, both of you? And the van, yes. All made eye contact. Obviously the van, if he'd just gone straight through, wouldn't have been a problem. But as soon as he was going to stop, then I just needed to be sure. That's better. Oh well. Stop worrying about it. Just ride home. Stop thinking about it. And have a proper look when you get back. Just a little something to worry about that I can do something about. So I don't mind that. Yeah, swimmers, always swimmers, every morning. It doesn't matter what day of the year, doesn't matter what the weather, always swimmers down here. Nice. Beach cruiser. In a way. High swept back bars. Single speed maybe, I think it was. Perfect along here. Upright, you can see where you're going. When it's crowded, that's always an advantage to be a little bit higher. Oh, and here comes the sun. It's supposed to be a reasonable day today. They did talk about a little bit of showers mid to late morning, but other than that, it's supposed to be reasonable. Later in the week it's getting hot. Next week it's getting hotter still, because we'll be in Greece. But but yeah, it's supposed to be good next week. traditionally, August is one of the wetter months of the year, even though it is midsummer for us. You know, some people amongst us would say, well, yeah, of course, because the schools are out. Yeah, that's just changing on its own now. And I can't hear the mech making a noise, so I think it's bent. Something's bent, it's not right. Anyway, stop thinking about it, just keep pedaling. Yeah, so yes, it does actually rain when the schools kick out for the summer, because August is actually one of our wetter months of the year. Is that one, I think? 205 maybe. Yeah. Rockwater. Open early for the dog walkers and the swimmers. Yeah, why not? There's plenty of people down here early to buy coffees and stuff. Branksome Chine Hydration Station. They're not allowed to just put a sign up that says drinking water. Not these days. PR people wouldn't allow that, would they? Drinking water. No, no, that's no good. If we call it a hydration station, people will think that we care about them and that we've done this out of the goodnesses of our heart to look after people. Okay. There we go. Right. There we go. I don't mind when it's a couple of inches deep, but when it's 4 or 5, quite happy to just put a foot down for a minute. So anyway, as was pointed out in the comments the other day, this is the Poole-Bournemouth boundary. It's not only the Poole-Bournemouth boundary. Once upon a time, this would have been the Dorset-Hampshire boundary. So yeah, maybe the fact that there's street lights along this part of the beach was more to do with Dorset and Hampshire than it was Poole and Bournemouth. Look at these, brand new, well, newish, I don't know, a couple of years, but yeah, look nice still. I do wonder why there's rust coming out of the signs and the screws, because you'd think for a beach hut, you'd use stainless steel, wouldn't you? It's on the coast. Go on then. Yeah, that's good. let's do that one. Is the beach still closed? I think it is. So I think I'm going to take a left. I am going to have to put it in the granny gear, but I'm going to test that before I start going up the hill. I'm not just going to keep going until I'm in it. I'm going to look down and stop when I'm in it. How does that sound? That's alright. Don't press the button again, because I'm not entirely sure that is the last gear the derailleur's going to give me. Actually, in the mornings like this, it's quiet. This is a good one for your hill repeats, if that's your kind of thing. Obviously not mine. I wonder how long it'd take you to do an Everest thing up here. Probably have to do it several thousand times. Oh, she gave up. Hill repeats are the worst, aren't they?
Oh, it's my last one.
Oh, well done. Don't hit the button. Okay. Busy, busy. Go on, up you go. It doesn't want to go in the top. Go on. Are you on? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Not what you want, is it? When you're on a steep bit. Anyway, we'll make it work. I'm going over. You can wait. Go. Oh, sake. Slow, cumbersome, lumbering beasts, aren't they, cars? Either that, or people just don't anticipate. Either that, or I was just being impatient, but that's not the point. I'm sure a lot of congestion could be cut down if people just took their opportunities and dash cams didn't exist. Yeah, let's go. Right, BCP van, car behind me. So I'm staying out. They got to slow down for the humps anyway, I don't. Look out for the gin bunnies. Easier to see in the summer, obviously. Not even close. Absolutely left the car for dead. Yay! Right, well, next time I'm out on this bike, hopefully everything will work absolutely perfectly. It's crazy. I've just gone into an easier gear and it's rubbing even more, so nearly there. Oh, there it is. Anyway, on the plus side, again, can't string my words together. thinking about what's gone wrong with this has taken my mind off other things. Always a positive. Always a positive. Right, when I get back, see how Madam's doing. I don't know what she's up to today actually. She's got a personal trainer session tomorrow. She was absolutely flaked out yesterday. Slept most of the early evening on the couch. So we'll see how she's feeling today when I get back. That'll do. I don't risk any more changes. I don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, maybe in a month or so, maybe when things calm down, I'll do that ride again and do it justice. We'll see. I think everything's good. It's just the not knowing and waiting, you know, for outcomes. Trying to shut things down at work as well, my personal work, and that's not going as easy as I'd hoped. I didn't think it was particularly complicated, but apparently there's people in the chain, probably in an urge to make more money, that are making it complicated. It's just, I don't need that. You know? I just want everything gone, everything shut down, everything moved on to other people. So I can feel good that I haven't, you know, left people in the lurch or, you know, cut off a service that people were relying on. Basically, you know, so I feel that I've done the right thing. However, that doesn't seem to be as simple as I hoped it would be. Anyway, the big thing for me is obviously Julie. Her health, our future. And being able to help her and do the right thing for her. I don't always know what that is. I think as men, we like to try and fix problems, don't we? Always have done, but sometimes we just need to shut up and listen. I must admit, after 40 years together, or nearly 40 years together, I still have trouble knowing when to shut up and listen and when to offer up a solution. There we go, 8 o'clock, see? Busy, busy, busy. Right, they're turning for sure. And I've only got to go about 20 feet to get out of the way, so I'm going to go, even with traffic coming. Well, if you've joined me this far, sorry it's been very sort of downbeat sort of ride. But yeah, thank you for being there. As far as I'm concerned, you're the best therapy ever. So yeah, please come and join me again on the next one. Have a good week. Yeah, neither of them looked really, did they? They literally shot straight out.